Welcome back to 1,000 Year Door. We just kicked the asses of these two X-Knock grunts, and we were talking about Super Sentai, so yeah. We're going to continue that conversation because, fuck you, watch the previous episode.
Back on our topic of, was it... I mean, I like where Gojuger is going at the moment. It's a different, so far, episode 1 was good, in my opinion. Not like a great episode 1, maybe like King Oger and stuff like that was.
I just don't understand why that one guy, what's his name, Tsutsumi, had the morpher.
It has also its silver compared to the main 5 having the gold.
Yeah, I'm going to guess there's going to be a full out. There's going to be more with them who don't morph into that season. That's
because it's the same thing it's going to be the same thing with Domo Motaro. And like that.
Oh, so it's not Taro himself coming back.
No,
Okay.
It might be Taro, but maybe an alternate reality version of Taro, maybe. Because they still do the, the festival kind of thing. He makes his grand appearances and like that every time.
That's one of the reasons why I hated him.
I mean, he's definitely, I think, one of the leaders. I feel like who did mostly everything on his own, compared to his team members and like that. Because it felt like it was always Don Momotaro doing pretty much everything. Unless...
Yeah, but he's still got annoying.
I hate when he laughed, though, a little bit. His laugh was kind of, how I put the word, I was almost going to say egotistical, basically, because you can tell he was more, but I would say more overconfident on stuff. But that's what I would say, but...
I just can't stand the laugh. I can put up with Gira's laugh only because, he's just playing up the whole Tyrant King angle.
But at the same time, Gira didn't laugh frequently like Taro did.
Yeah.
It was to give the enemies or anyone the thought he's known as the Tyrant King. But even then,
and that's why he's one of the best Reds.
I mean, in the Reiwa era, or up there was one of the best Reds.
I say just in general in both Sentai and Power Rangers.
Like I said, still to this day, I still think Captain Marvelous is the best Red, but that's just me. But I think Gira is in top 5 for me at the most. If we can, I don't know if you at least agree on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
all right. Sorry, real quick. That panel right there, that has a star bit. We'll get an item that can uncover that, but I don't think I come back for it. And even then, they're a pain in the ass to uncover anyways. New enemy as well, a Yuck, I want to say it's called, that little X thing.
Is that a fidget spinner?
But it will shoot a beam at you, and once per turn it will have a mini Yuck that will form a barrier. Destroy the barrier first, then you can take it out. However, in this version, if you get shot by the barrier, because it will see you and it will shoot out a beam at you on the field, this and any other enemy with a projectile will just damage you in the overworld. In the original, that starts the fight, which is something I prefer more than just taking damage in the overworld. Especially since you can guard, just like here, but you're taking, I believe you take the full amount of damage. And the mini Yuck is also another enemy, so you may as well tattle it as well. Sorry after I so rudely cut you off there.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna try to remember my train of thought. I don't know. I don't know what you consider to be like the best red in the Sentai like era, really.
Takeru has to be one of my favorites.
I do really like Takeru a lot from Shinkenger. I mean, the fact it was like the first Sentai that got me into Sentai. I think it was pretty much for a lot of people.
Well, I mean, we did stop after Go Onger, so I mean, that would get more people interested in the Sentai.
And then eventually, you know, they adapt it into Samurai. But
Which wasn't bad, but it's just...
it has flaws.
Yeah. I still say Genta and Antonio would be best friends.
They literally would be. Like, one would get the fish, one could provide the meals.
Exactly.
So, like, I kind of feel like if you would have had, like, the Ranger equivalents, like, talking with their Sentai equivalents, I'm gonna say Takeru would be 50-50 with Jaden, probably.
Well, I mean, Jaden's not as jaded, I guess you could say, as Takeru was. Or at least not as stoic. I guess would be a better phrasing.
I'm trying to think, trying to think of everyone. Like there's Ryunosuke, who was, you know, blue. I'm saying
I think both him and, what was it,
I think it's
Kevin, I think his name?
Yeah, Kevin.
I think they would be friends, because they do have a lot of dedication in their own crafts. So, especially since, because of it being more of a translation, they do have the same mindset when it comes down to training.
Then I'm trying to remember the other green. Green
Sentai's Chiaki, Mike, and the and Rangers.
Okay. There's some like of the cast of Shinkenger I enjoy, and there's like some I didn't enjoy. But then again, it's also been, I think, about 7 years or so since I decided to I think I went back to watching Shinkenger. Because, well, I guess I haven't really kept up with Sentai anymore. Anytime I decide to go back to Sentai, I always go back to stuff like Die Ranger, Kakuranger, and stuff like that.
Well, I still need to actually finish that. I may restart Dairanger.
I forgot there was a whole like soccer match portion in Die Ranger.
I mean, Sentai does that a lot. Like, I remember in a Kyoryuger, there was a soccer-based enemy, and yet to go up against them, the Rangers, for whatever reason, practice basketball instead.
Oh yeah. Fuck, I forgot about. Well, then again, friggin', there's so much like what the fuck moments and also in Sentai that's supposed to be humorous. And there's like times it's like really funny, and it's like, what I just watch.
Yeah, I was still ticked that in Dino Charge they didn't dance to Morph, but it wasn't a bad season. It definitely became a return to form for Power Rangers in general.
But, really,
even though it's now a fucking dead franchise. Thank you for that, Hasbro.
Really, with Dino Fury literally being, or was it Cosmic Fury being the last?
Yeah. Which I will still say having a fucking businesswoman as your main villain is a horrible idea, because it makes no fucking sense, but I'll save that rant for when I actually make my video on it.
I think...
Especially if you fucking took a basic high school economics course.
Well, then again, it also butchered one of my favorite Sentai seasons as well, being Kyuranger.
Yeah, and they could have still adapted the damn costumes. They didn't need to, whatchamacallit, like, most of that season for the fights were original costumes, so they didn't need to fucking, whatchamacallit, get every single ranger.
Well, because, actually, I think, actually, it would have been the only Power Ranger series season also to have 9 Rangers as its base thing, but even then, like, it had, like, you know, Billy, of course, in there, which was... That season was...
Yeah,
it was so weird.
It was fucking trash, especially keeping... Like, it has more issues with, like, why I don't watch movies for Super Sentai Kamen Rider or now Pretty Cure, even though I just got done watching Wonderfuls, is that you shouldn't have shit that's like the movies being canon. And before people say shit, I am talking about the fucking Morphin Masters. Yes, they were never had a movie. Yes, they were mentioned in season 1, but their whole entire expanded backstory was in a fucking comic. And if you're gonna have that, you better properly, and they did not do this in Dino Fury, properly reintroduce these fuckers. I mean, give up the full fucking backstory.
I'm assuming they did not, because I only watched, like, I think I watched, like, 1 episode of Dino Fury, and I was like, I'm done.
No, and the Morphin Masters became a fucking retcon machine. Because do you remember the Ninja Nexus Prism and Ninja Steel?
Yes.
Now it's just the Nexus Prism.
Then what's the whole point of giving it to give it that?
Because apparently the Morphin Masters are the one who created the Ninja Nexus Prism.
No, I'm done.
And one important character to Ninja Steel, named Mick, who was going to stay at the school that the Rangers of that season were attending, you know, because, you know, they're all friends now, was for whatever fucking reason chasing after the Prism.
I don't understand.
And it's like, granted, it's back on Earth, but still, it's like, you're fucking over the damn story. I get it. The kids ain't gonna care in the long run, but that's no fucking excuse. And before people say I'm a Power Rangers fan, first and foremost, Brady is also a Power Rangers fan, but I'm pretty sure he's more into Kamen Rider and Ultraman now.
I mean, pretty much. Like, except King Oger probably was the only thing that sparked more Sentai for me, because like I said, Power Rangers and it's as its own thing. I haven't really watched after Samurai, really.
Don't blame me with Megaforce. I still say you should give Dino Charge and
Beast Morphers
a chance.
Well, even then with Ultraman, like I said, I kind of stopped. I think after, I think it was when Zero's introduced.
All right.
Well, like I said, I'm always, well, because some of these seasons now have been getting shorter, or like shorter than like 50 episodes now. Instead of their normal 50, and like I said, I'm more a big fan of the original series, the Showa era, from the original Ultraman up to 80. Well, also I'm just a big snob for practical effects.
I mean, yeah, that's where the term tokusatsu comes from. So
I mean, there's like still like, I mean, well, mostly Kamen is still using because it's still, but like Super Sentai's been kind of like using a combination between practical effects and CGI. But that's only for the mechas most of the time now.
I mean, you say that, and yet the first Megazord fight in Goiger actually had a flaming sword with the opponent. Although, real quick, we do have a new mechanic that's only used here. The Puni Orb. Put that in a pedestal and all the Punies will gather to it. There are some pressure plates that you need X amount of Punies on. It's only 10 and 100, so it's not that big of a deal in the long run. I figured just to explain it since, we just got the Puni Orb.
Okay, one question. What was the name of the changer for Spider Kumasus?
Ooh, that is a fantastic question.
Because that got a Memorial Edition.
Not shocking.
So pretty out.
Even though I'm not a fan of the Morpher.
It's not bad. It's just... it's not... I mean, I like the design of it. But then again, like... I didn't like the Six Rangers much. Compared to the other...
according to the Wikipedia, Kumano Slayer.
Okay, and so now that one has a Memorial Edition. So practically... Well, unless you want to count the power-up as weapon as well as part of it. That pretty much all the stuff from King Oger now is a Memorial Edition. Yep.
I will still totally buy the crown whenever because I know for a fact that's probably going to get a memorial.
It should. I'm surprised it didn't get it before the Six Rangers like that.
I mean, it's just life sometimes.
I mean,
well, I think it's more just them trying to figure out what would sell.
I mean, it's very. I mean, it took them a long time to give us the Shoto phone, but
that and both Hurricane and Abanenja's morphers.
But at the same time, it was also. I kind of thought they were gonna do something with an anniversary thing for Shinkenger to release a Memorial Edition, because they kind of did with Hurricaneger and Aba Ranger and Deca Ranger.
Yeah, but I mean, you never know what the actors are doing right now. Like, considering how older the actors for Hurricaneger and Abanenja are, like, they're probably empty nesters by now if they ever had kids. I know Hurricane Blue, she has kids. Because her and Deca Yellow and one other, I forget which one, they do have specials.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, about the mom Sentai. So I think we're gonna be coming up to a new enemy soon, which gets fucking annoying with all these punies. In fact, there we go. Piters. Yeah, you heard me right, Piter. It's just it's a spider without the S. These guys are a bit of a pain, more specifically their Pit of 100 trial version, because there's a variant in there that's fucking hard as hell to actually dodge. They only have 2 attacks where they just spit webbing at you. One is just a one-hitting attack that's like, I want to say 2, and the other is a three-hitting one that's only 1 per shot. Alright, there we go. After each turn, they may or may not shift which plane they're on. So if you have Koops with you, it may not be that wise to have them attack. Yeah, I will say the new battle theme isn't bad, but I still prefer the original. Which, I forget when I equipped the Old Tunes badge. But it's gonna be a while before we can actually see that. I mean, I have no fucking clue what I'm trying to say right now.
Something.
But I mean, it doesn't matter because that's the end of the episode. We'll see you guys, next time.